My name is Krystal, and I'm the founder and CEO of Grouphug Solar. And at Grouphug Solar, we make ridiculously good-looking solar panels. I'm going to show you an example. This is Solar Cat, a cat-shaped solar panel that's installed in the New York Hall of Science in Queens. It's the world's first cat-shaped solar panel, and it powers lighting and a phone charging station inside of the museum. And I'll tell you a story of how I got here. So I've actually spent the last 7 years as a toy designer. I designed educational toys at a tech startup called Little Bits. I did licensing deals with Lucasfilm and Marvel. That's a DIY R2-D2 kit that you can see right here. So you might be wondering, how did I go from designing R2-D2s to becoming a solar panel designer? So it actually all started with a frustration. I've always considered myself very sustainable and an environmental activist, and I wanted to do something to go solar. And when I started doing some research, I realized that the look and shape and design of solar panels hasn't actually changed in over 50 years. So this is actually a picture of the first commercial solar panel ever made by Bell Labs in 1954. And when I saw it, I kind of laughed because you see rectangles slapped on poles and roofs today. So what's really changed? And there's so much more that can happen. So we believe at Grouphug Solar that the future of energy needs creativity and not just utility. So being a designer and a maker myself, I started to tinker around and figure out how solar panels are made, and I started to make my own. And I think the biggest aha moment I had was that solar panels don't have to be rectangles. They can really be very creative in different shapes and sizes and even colors. I actually came into the Combine program with an existing consumer product that I launched called the Window Solar Charger. It's geared towards apartment dwellers, and it allows you to hang a solar panel in your window to charge up a power bank and rechargeable battery built into the bamboo frame so that you can charge any USB device off the grid. And it's meant to be someone's first step into solar energy. But when I started to look at the big landscape of solar and the impact that it could have, I realized that what I was doing was teeny, teeny, tiny in comparison to what could actually happen. And harvesting solar from your window is great, but how can I tap into something bigger? So looking at the landscape of solar just in the United States, the market for solar is over $20 billion. And the interesting part is that over half of that is for commercial applications. And that was kind of my second aha moment discovering in the program. And the top 4 customers for commercial solar are actually the top 4 consumer brands in the world. So Apple, Amazon, Target, and Walmart are all taking massive steps to get their operations and stores using only renewable energy. And it's no surprise because there's new consumer reports that are saying more people are willing to spend more money on companies that are legitimately doing sustainable activities. So here's a quote from a recent Nielsen report. Regardless of product category, brands with legitimate sustainability claims do better. So I'm sure many of you shop at Target and you might have never known that, because if you look at the array of a Target store, solar panels are not actually visible to customers, and the public generally can't see them because they're on the roof, and then they can't actually see the impact that they're having. So when you walk into a store, you're seeing the regular view, but you can't tell what's happening unless you have an aerial view. And the same issue is happening to many other categories. So schools are a growing category in solar, where over 5% of all K through 12 schools are adopting solar panels on their roof. But when you actually just walk in the door, you might never know. So at Grouphug Solar, we make custom-shaped solar panels to help companies show their sustainable values in style. What we actually produce are solar panel charging stations like SolarCat that you saw. We're working on developing stock shapes like apples for schools, suns for other stores and retail stores. And these can either hang in their window, they can go in their lobby, in their courtyard, and it's really part tech, part art installation, and pairing it to show people that solar can be really cool, really great looking, and have a big impact. We're also developing custom shapes. So if your company would like a solar panel in the shape of its logo, there's some examples here, we can also do that. So how do we actually sell in? Right now, we're packaging our products in with Rooftop Solar. So we have a network of solar installers that we're currently talking to, so that if a customer or a commercial client wants to buy a rooftop installation, they can actually buy a custom visible public solar charging station as an add-on to that. And what that looks like is that we're selling to solar installers on a wholesale basis, and we can also sell directly to commercial clients like schools, corporations, and things like that. In terms of pricing and how we make money, we can sell these solar charging stations directly to the end user for $5,000. This is a B2B, business to business company. And we can also strike wholesale deals with solar installers so that they can sell stock shapes as a differentiator for them. We have 2 pilots right now in New York. So we have Solar Cat that's up and running. We're currently developing Solar Heart. It's for a retail store and yoga studio in New York. And one of the best pieces of feedback that I've gotten about Solar Cat and seen is that it's highly visible, highly Instagrammable, and also functional. So Solar Cat is one of the most photographed exhibits at the New York Hall of Science right now. And we think that's something that will be very appealing to our future customers. Couldn't do this without an amazing team. So I'm the founder. I have a background in product design and consumer electronics. We also have a marketing advisor, a great electrical engineer, and a manufacturing and supply chain expert. So everything from designing it to shipping it, we have that all covered. And wait, there's a little bit more. So I was fortunate enough to be recently on ABC's Shark Tank, where I pitched my consumer window solar charger and also the bigger dream of making these big designer solar installations. After a very dramatic episode, I was able to land a deal with Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban is our first seed investor and is helping us grow and bring this vision to life. Our plans in the immediate future are to secure more pilot partners so we can create more shapes, get them into these businesses and really iterate and see how they're working. And then once we have that down, we're going to be scaling partnerships in our supply chain so we can have more shapes in stock. We're growing and we definitely need help. We're looking for more B2B partners, so schools, parks, corporations that would like a visible solar panel to display and charge some of their functions. We'd love to talk to you. And we're also looking for investors and are looking to fundraise more in the fall of this year. And if there's one note that I leave off with you guys, it's that the future of energy really needs more creativity. And I think this type of creative mashup of art and technology will really change the way people think about energy. Thank you so much. Feel free to reach out. My email's right there and our website is grouphugtech.com.